Hey, what's going on, guys? It is your good friend Matt. We are back again here today at the only place that we always can be. And as you already know, that is Matt's Wrestling Collectibles right here on YouTube. Today, guys, we are doing another unboxing and review. It is going to be a big one here as we've got none other than the Smackdown Target exclusive 4-pack with none other than Booker T, Stone Cold Steve Austin, John Cena, and Eddie Guerrero. This is going to be a fun one, guys. Obviously, two iconic matches here. We've got none other than Booker T and Stone Cold in their infamous grocery store brawl, and that was a fun one for sure. You definitely know if you watched that and you were around during that time, it was a great time to be a wrestling fan. There is no other way to say it. It was just absolutely one of the best times to be a fan of wrestling. And we also have none other than John Cena and Eddie Guerrero taking on one another. That was the infamous parking lot brawl again on SmackDown. Of course, this whole package is encapsulating the SmackDown brand. So, of course, both of those matches, both of these iconic matches, and all of these superstars on SmackDown at the time. But guys, we're going to do it as we always do. We're going to go over the packaging. We're going to go front and back. We're going to go side to side. We're going to pull all four figures out of the package and take them for a ride. You already know what it is, guys, so let's break it right down and jump into it. Top left corner of the packaging here, we've got the WWE logo. Top right corner of the packaging, we've got the SmackDown logo. Underneath that, the True FX lifelike details. To the bottom left corner of the package, you've got the Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Booker T. Bottom right corner of the package, you've got John Cena versus Eddie Guerrero. Above that, the Mattel logo with the 8 and up. Of course, you know, you 7-year-olds are going to have a tough time getting this. Going to have to beg mom. Maybe she'll do it for you. Maybe she won't. Who knows? But hey, in the dead center of the bottom there, we got the Elite Collection logo. And as always, guys, big ring around this, kind of paying tribute to the SmackDown stage back then, the rings that they had. You know, of course, this was kind of on the cusp line. We had that oval-like ring, that screen, that entryway that was more so towards the time of the Booker T's and the Stone Colds. And then we had the SmackDown fist, which was more towards the era of the, you know, John Cena, Eddie Guerrero, which, of course, you know, all superstars, I believe, had made their entrances or had been part of the SmackDown fist era. Of course, I know Booker T, definitely John Cena and Eddie Guerrero. I'm not sure how often Stone Cold made appearances at that time. I know somewhat after that was kind of like the tail end of things where he started to do a little bit less, eventually becoming the Raw general manager, and some great stories with Eric Bischoff there. I tell you what, I would love to see a Raw 4-pack in the near future. Of course, we did get the Raw 3-pack, which was much more of the older days, the beginning of Monday Night Wars, yeah, the beginning of Monday Night Raw, which we did get back at another Target exclusive. That was maybe a little over a year ago, and that was the 3-pack, of course, with The Undertaker, Razor Ramon, and 123 Kid, or Kid Lightning, if you want to go that far back, if you want to go into that term, right? But if I'm being honest, though, it would be great to see a Raw 4-pack. I mean, I also know that we are getting the Evolution 4-pack. Evolution being a very heavily influenced brand of Raw, you know, influencing a huge team on Raw, a faction on Raw. So, I mean, that's might be a little bit more Raw-based. So maybe we will kind of get that as a hold you over, you could say, until we do get something a little bit better down the road. I'm sure it will happen. But, guys, we're going to keep going through this, and we are going to try to get this all out here as best as we can because, you know, obviously, only got so much room to work with here. So, we do give you the side here from the bottom all the way up to the top. Elite Collection logo. We got Cena, Guerrero, Stone Cold, Booker T, WWE logo up at the top there. We spin it around to the other side. It just has the Elite Collection on this side, guys. Nothing to be too excited about, but it is there. We get to the back of the packaging here. We've got Booker T versus Stone Cold on the left. We've got John Cena versus Eddie Guerrero on the right. SmackDown fist stage in the dead center there. Very, very cool. Top of the packaging, even though it's in reverse, you do get the SmackDown logo from that older era. Bottom of the packaging has all that stuff that you always just need to know so much about. QR codes, barcodes, all that type of codes. I want the code for some free figures. Where's that code? But nonetheless, guys, we've got right in front of us here, this bottom piece down here is a little blurb for that match, a little blurb for this match. But we're going to read them all down for you. We'll give you everybody's height, weight, and all that great stuff. So Booker T versus Stone Cold. We got Booker T coming out of Houston, Texas. Stone Cold coming out of Victoria, Texas. Booker T weighing in at 256. Austin 252. Booker T 6'3", Austin 6'2". two finishers for Booker T. Of course, we got the bookend, remember, and make sure you know that The Rock stole that from Booker T. Let's just make sure everybody knows the rock bottom was the bookend after the bookend was already there. And of course, we got the Stone Cold Stunner. If anybody didn't know that, the iconic finisher of the Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin. We go down to the blurb here, guys. Let's read it down for you. Booker T cost Stone Cold Steve Austin the WWE Championship at Vengeance 2001 and was about to learn what happens when you mess with the Texas Rattlesnake. Inside of the Green Frog Market, Stone Cold opened up a can of Steve Weisers. What? A bottle of ketchup. What? A carton of eggs. What? And a gallon of milk. What? All over Booker T, laying waste to him all over the supermarket, and that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. The actual bottom line was price check on a jackass. But as you guys may know, that was a great match and a great brawl, and I can only imagine what they had to dish out to that supermarket after everything was all said and done. But when you are Stone Cold Steve Austin, when you are the cash cow at the time, it is a little hard to get anybody to be too upset with you, right? But we make our way over to Cena versus Guerrero. Great pictures of them on the back here. So, of course, we've got Cena coming out of West Newbury, Massachusetts. Only right down the road from me. I hear it's a great place to visit this time of year. Shout out to Kyle Peterson. But, yeah, right down the road from me, West Newbury, Massachusetts. And we got Eddie Guerrero coming out of El Paso, Texas. John Cena weighing in at 251. Eddie coming in at a 220 pounds. 6'1" for Cena, 5'8" for Eddie. Attitude adjustment, which it should really just say the FU on the back here, because that's exactly what it was. It wasn't no attitude adjustment back in this time frame. It was the FU, and it will remain the FU. All right, so that is exactly what I'm going to call attitude adjustment. No more. It is the FU. Finisher from Eddie, of course, the frog splash. We got a little blurb down here. Let's read it down for you. After John Cena stole Eddie Guerrero's lowrider, the United States champion demanded payback in a Latino Heat parking lot brawl. Surrounded by a ring of cars, the two superstars smashed onto car hoods and shattered through windshields. In the end, Eddie sealed the victory with a frog splash on top of a car, but John Cena's career got elevated to the next level of superstardom. And again, guys, a great match. The little, pre-freestyle that Cena drops before it is great. And it's funny because, back then it was like, it was tough. You liked both of the guys that were in both of these matches. I mean, I liked Booker T back then. I like Booker T a lot more now, of course, with all the years of being able to watch him perform. Even back then, same thing. I loved Cena a lot, but again, Eddie was the guy at that time, and it was like, okay, we're gonna go with Eddie, and so it was very cool to see that they've kind of I don't know if they did this intentionally or not, but it kind of seems like you have the more so veterans on the right, the newcomers on the left. Not to say that they were newcomers in any way. I mean, by this time Cena had been around for quite some time already. I mean, a few years anyway, and Booker T had an immense amount of career highlights from WCW. So, but guys, we are going to spin this back around, hopefully not taking the camera out in the process. We're trying hard here today. We're going to make sure that we stay safe. We got our high vis on out here. Hopefully everybody can see us. But guys, we are going to do what we always do. We're going to break this out of the package. We are going to break everything down, go over the accessories and all of that great stuff. So in just a matter of seconds, we're going to come right back and we're going to have all of this out of the package and ready to discuss. All right, guys, we are back. We've got all the figures out of here and out of the package. We're going to go over this, the accessories, and everything else that's here, and it's actually really not a whole lot. The beautiful thing is every figure does come with a shirt, a couple of extra accessories here included with a few of them, and it is very cool, you know what I mean? We're able to kind of relive these figures once again. In some ways, I do believe that the Booker T had been released at one point in the Jax line. I'm not sure if they did the Tell Me You Didn't Just Say That shirt. I could be wrong. I do not remember the Stone Cold back then ever having that shirt come out, especially at the time. For a lot of you guys who may not know, I do believe that shirt used to say something on it like hauling ass or something gas and ass. I don't even remember exactly what it was, or it was like redneck fueled, or it was something on it that they are leaving off the shirt. So I know that is not exactly to the T, But, you know, we do get that there as well. Like I said, I don't think that came out that way. The John Cena back in the day with the Eddie Guerrero, they had molded shirts that came on them. The John Cena's was very generic and blank. It was actually a really nice Cena. It was one of my favorite Cenas at the time, and I'm surprised that I got rid of that over all the years of holding on to it. But same thing with the Eddie Guerrero. It had the molded shirt back then. Cheat to win, same thing, but the John Cena shirt was completely different. So, as always, guys, you know, like I said, we're going to go over this. We're going to go over the figures one by one here. So we're going to just go from left to right, start off with Booker T. And Booker T here, looking really good. I mean, I got to say, I'm not crazy about this head scan. And hopefully it's, you know, we're getting that good on there. I'm trying to make sure you guys get a good view of these all the time. It's just sometimes the lighting mixed with the angle just for some reason does not ever want to pick up the same way. You would think it would be a little bit easier, but there we go. That gives you a really good look at the Booker T right there. And I mean, the Booker T looks good. I mean, the head scan, I'm not like crazy about it, but I do like it. I think it would have maybe been a bit better if it was, I'm not sure if the Ruthless Aggression one is the same. I'd have to double check that, but I think the Ruthless Aggression one might have been a little bit better for this. Love the shirt. Tell me you didn't just say that. The back, of course, blank. This is a Velcro style shirt. I think all 4 of these are Velcro style shirts. As we know, some of the newer ones being like real shirts that don't come off or come off as a actual shirt would with no, you know, back opening. So, but very nice here, right down to these, you know, fisted hands. Tell me you didn't just say that, of course, on the front of the shirt there. The black pants, black jeans, all the way down to the black boots or shoes. And like I said, guys, you know, very cool Booker T, very nice Booker T. You know, nice to get this in the line and to be able to have something that's, like I said, you know, more iconic to a time period and to the history of that match. So very cool to get this. And the pack itself, you know, is just comes together very nicely. Up next, we have the Stone Cold Steve Austin. We're going to show off. We do get a little mustard bottle here. Would have been cool if we had potentially a mustard and a ketchup bottle. But we do get the mustard bottle there, which looks pretty good. Looks like it's scaled pretty well. And then we go to the Austin itself, and very cool. I do like this a lot. For anybody who doesn't know, the milk jug is actually molded to this hand. It is not held on. That is a molded sculpt with that jug of milk. I mean, it looks somewhat okay. I think it should have been a little bit maybe more, you know, down, like compressed and a little bit wider to look more like a gallon of milk. This is kind of looks like almost like a half gallon of milk, but too big. Or maybe not. Maybe we could just say it is a half gallon. Who knows? But it's molded to the hand there, to the fist, as you can see. And that is, you know, a cool thing, I think, as far as, you know, keeping it like that. Myself personally, I think it would have been a little bit better to have it as its own piece, because then it could have been used, you know, multiple ways. I mean, obviously, if you have somebody with a similar skin tone, you could still put this on them. But obviously, if you wanted to switch this up and have Booker T hold it, well, then obviously, unless you're going to take photos and, you know, maybe keep it like that, not see the hand, you're obviously going to know it doesn't go to the figure. So, but very cool there, and definitely, like I said, a different piece that we haven't seen before this, as far as I know. We get down to the t-shirt there. Like I said, we got the skull smoking out there with like the like exhaust and the flames coming out. Very cool. You know, like I said, this is a great shirt, and even though it's not exactly to the T of the original one that it, you know, is representing, but again, it's all based off of certain words, and even if the product goes a certain way, the toy product still has to remain child friendly. And of course, you know, we can even look at that as an example with like the recent Triple H Ultimate that's coming out. On the front, it says "Game Over?" with an exclamation point, and on the back it says "You're blank, I'm over." Or it says, "You're blank right, I'm over." And it's because it actually said, "You're damn right, I'm over." And they got rid of the damn part in there. I mean, of course, somebody could probably remake it and put it back into that spot. It's probably why they left it open for maybe some customizers. But for the person who's not going to customize it, the shirt looks a little weird. But this is very cool. They did a good job here. We go down to the shorts. Looking good there with those extra short mold. And they got the 2 knee braces on there as well, right down to his iconic calf tattoo. I think that's the only tattoo that Stone Cold has, I believe, right? Or does he have one more? I don't think he does. I think that was it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the only one. Yeah, that's it. Austin 316 says, "I got one tattoo." But as always, guys, we get down to the boot molds here, and I don't know what's been going on with these shoes lately. I mean, this literally happened to me the other day. Like, very little pivot on them. And this is ever since this new factory, I think, took over. I'd have to see the bottom of this to see if it says Vietnam. But, like, literally the boots, like, have such a hard time moving. I don't even want to move them back and forth too much. We also come down to the wrist piece here. We got a watch. Pretty cool. And I'd have to double check now. I think this might be the second black watch that we have. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to double check. I think now we have a gold watch that came with the Rock. I think we have this black one here. I think we have a silver one. I might have another black one as well. So very cool that they're doing these watch accessories. I think that's awesome. I think it's like one of the coolest little extra details that, like, you know, did we ever think we really needed it? I don't know, but very cool to see. So, but we got Austin there looking as only he can, and Stone Cold looking pretty good in this figure. Like I said, I like it a lot. You know, it's kind of hard to really mess up a Stone Cold figure. I think it's, you know, it's the attires are very similar throughout. And, you know, you add a piece like that shirt on there, and it just looks great. I'm, you know, excited to have that. And the head scan, very cool, too, like I said, with that little bit of a grin on there, you know, looking as only Stone Cold can, right? So up next, we do have the John Cena. We're going to go over this head scan first. We got the Screaming Head, and this is not the first time we've got a John Cena Screaming Head. A little upset that we got those couple of little black marks on the side, but maybe we'll scrub those off, because I actually wanted to put this head on this Cena, because when we got this Cena back in the day, I believe he had a yelling head. If it wasn't yelling, it was a much more stern-looking face, as opposed to the grin that's on that one, which reminds me of the much newer Cena figures, and then this one kind of reminding me more of a younger John Cena, especially with the way the hair is and everything on it. It's just a much younger Cena, much younger look of John Cena. So very cool there, and happy to add that to maybe putting that on there. And like I said, giving this figure a little bit more pizzazz, if you want to call it that. Very cool that it does come with this headband here. I didn't even realize it was a headband in the package. The way it sat in the package, it was a little high, and the top of it looked like it was like a small hat, like almost like a small rolled up winter beanie. And at first I was like, oh, that's really cool, because it's something we haven't gotten yet. I don't know how many headbands we've received with you know, some of these figures. I'm sure I already have a few and don't realize it. But cool that we did get the headband here. You know, maybe if somebody really wanted to, they got like a white or a what do they call those? The chrome Sharpies, those nice chrome Sharpies. You could probably take like silver and put like a little Nike symbol on the front of this if you wanted to. A little Nike check, maybe, you know, bring it to life a little bit more. But we do have that headband piece there. And then we got the Cena here. Like I said, you know, that Cena head sculpt that's on there right now, I don't like it at all. It really reminds me of a much older John Cena. I don't know. It just makes me think of the newer figures that he's had recently released. And I just don't really care for it. So I definitely think that the best thing to do here, and I think what we're going to do right now, I'll pop that Cena head right off of there. And we are going to pop this other one on there. And I don't care what anybody says. This Cena figure just got 20 years younger just by doing that. Look at that. Way, way better. I think that looks way better. I think that's what they should have done from the jump. That other head scan, it just reminds me too much of the newer Cenas that they're making, and just way too modernized. I just don't really care for it. So, looking good there. I'm glad it's not a giraffe neck. I was really getting worried. I was like, oh, I'm going to put this on and it's going to be a giraffe neck. We've dealt with that in the past couple of videos. Quality control becoming an issue here with Mattel as of this factory change. Hopefully that will eventually not be the case anymore, but as you see in front of you guys here, all the way down to the wrist tape. We got the wrist tape here, white. We got the gloved hands, or what they're supposed to be gloved hands, in the gray, which is what he had that night. We got the blue jeans down here at the bottom, all the way to the boots. These, like, lugs, I would assume, because lugs was a big thing back then for WWE. So if they weren't Timberlands, they were probably lugs, and they look a little bit more like a lugs-style boot. And, you know, very cool, though. You know, I like this a lot. I like this a lot. Funkmaster Flex, the lugs, Birdman. Oh my God, what a time to be alive. What a time for commercials. But these boots, very nice. I believe the boots that were on the Jax version of this were very similar, which was the reason why I liked the figure so much. Little details like that from Jax sometimes were left out, and they were always the worst. You know, you get a prototype image of a figure like this, it would show this color for the boots. You'd be like, oh, that's really cool, because that little detail makes it that much better. And then you get the figure and it would come out with like all tan boot, no white bottom, or it would be like all black boot with no color change. It's like, you know, just is what it is. We go back up to the 54. That was the iconic jersey of John Cena, always rocking the 54. I don't know if he was a Teddy Bruschi fan. He might have been, but who knows? He might have been. He might just have been, coming out of West Newbury, Massachusetts. Obviously, Patriots town. It's title town up there, so you already know it's the 54. Teddy Bruschi looking like it might be that. Who knows? But on the back, we do have Cena across the back of the shirt, which is really cool. We got the 54 back there as well. Let's see if we can actually even just pop this shirt open for a second, and let's see if we can get that a little bit closer. Maybe make it look just a tiny bit better. It's tough with these sometimes, guys, because, you know, the smallest little detail can make a huge difference, and especially with, like, these Velcro shirts. And I don't know. I guess that's about as good as it's going to get there, but we'll show you this one again, guys. A little bit better, you know, a little bit better back there. The 54 kind of goes together on the back, and it's, you know, separated on the front, so it's a little tough. They have the stitching or the printing of the 54 too close together on the back, but no big deal, you know, still looks all right. But Cena on the back of the shirt there, we got these little cusp lines around the side, very jersey-like, very, you know, very nice. I like this one a lot. I do definitely think this figure is much better with that head scan on it, that is for sure. And then, like I said, we still have this little headband here. We got this John Cena head sculpt there. Who knows? Maybe we'll put that back in the package. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just try to get rid of that extra head because it's just like we have so many of them. But now on to the Eddie Guerrero. I will say right off the rip, guys, the head scan on this Eddie Guerrero, not really my favorite. If I had to pick my favorite head scan out of the package, I'd probably go with the Cena yelling. If I had to pick my least favorite head scan, it would be a toss-up between the Eddie and the Booker. It's tough, and whatever one of these comes in last, the one after that will be second to last. The Cena head sculpt that came on him originally would be third to last, and then, you know, Austin would probably take second place, and Cena coming in first there with that head sculpt that's on him now. But this Eddie Guerrero head scan, just not, I don't know, just not doing it for me, guys. I don't really care for it. It is what it is, but who knows? Maybe somewhere down the road we'll have another sculpt from Eddie, and we can maybe swap the heads out and make it look a little bit more to our liking. But either way, we go down the arms here. We get to the white wrist tape, white fist tape. Everything is there, nice. And we got the cheat to win shirt, of course. That was, like I said, very iconic to that Jax figure as well. Coming down to the jeans, coming down to the black boots. Like I said, these guys were in a parking lot brawl, so there was no wrestling attire at the time. We go to the back of the shirt here. Oh, it's a little pull in there. It's like stuck. There we go. It was like stuck to the seam there. And now that part's popping. Let's see if we can put this one back together a little bit better. Sometimes, too, guys, that could be like the difference between just how something looks in the packaging. I've seen it happen very many times where, you know, you'll see something in the package. It's, you know, set in the package a certain way, but as you look at it outside of the packaging, you realize that it's off by a lot, you know. So now that we get that back and centered back there, it looks a little bit better. The shirt's on much nicer, looking much nicer back there anyway. Like I said, we get down to these blue jeans, the black boots. They were in a parking lot brawl, so there was no wrestling attire. We got a little bit of the Eddie Guerrero tattoo coming out from underneath the wrist tape right there. Very nice. But, yeah, I do like this figure a lot. You know, and again, the reason why I like this figure as much as I do is because we had these figures all in Jax. You know, this was a 2-pack with him and Eddie. Like I said, I don't remember the Austin and Booker T pack coming out back then, and maybe it did, and I just really am drawing a blank on it, but I do remember seeing a Booker that was similar. I do remember seeing an Austin that was somewhat similar, but again, you know, so many Stone Colds over the years, a lot of those figures were always kind of the same in a lot of ways, you know, but the little, like I said, little differences, you know, just being able to get a variation of color in the jean shorts or getting a new t-shirt, you know, little things like that always help to add to the sale or the desirability of that figure. So, but yeah, we do have Eddie Guerrero, of course, there. Like I said, cheat to win shirt on. Love that. And guys, this pack is awesome. I mean, there's really not much to say bad about it aside from, you know, a few little minor details. Like I said, the Booker T head sculpt could definitely be a little bit better. Not the worst. The Eddie Guerrero head sculpt, you know, definitely I feel like could be better. But again, it's not the absolute worst. The Cena head that came on the figure, I just feel like it's way too new era Cena, and I think the Cena figurehead that is now on there now that you see in front of you is the one that I would go with. The Stone Cold looking great. You know, like I said, all of these guys have a cloth good, soft good t-shirt, which makes it, I think, awesome all the way around. It's very, very nice. Definitely a great add-on to make this pack worth a little bit more. It does come with a bunch of other sets of hands. As you know, we don't ever review the hands on the channel, but we do have, you know, open fist tape hands for Eddie. We have open gloved hands for Cena. We have a replacement open mic holding hand for the Austin, where the milk jug hand is, you know, molded that way. We also have 2 closed fist hands for him as well, and we have 2 open fist hands for Booker T. So, you know, it's definitely a good pack. There's a lot to enjoy from it. There's a lot of nostalgia coming from it, of course, and you know, again, guys, like I said, it's something where, you know, whether you're a fan of the modern era, you are a fan of the past era, or you've been a fan throughout from, you know, past to present, I think this is a great piece to add to your collection. Of course, it is a Target exclusive, so again, you want to get over to Target, check that app, check the online, see what they got, because you might just be in luck. You might be able to get this thing for, like I said, $30 to $40 off. I mean, at that point, $40 off, you're basically getting it for 50% off. And that's a great deal, you know, and as the man, as Uncle Kyle would say, you do have to get a deal. You got to get a deal. It is the way to go. So big shout out, of course, as always, to Kyle Peterson. And you want to go and check out his channel. And guys, before I get into anything else, I actually kind of want to give a shout out to everybody that has been helping me along the way. You know, whether it's just by motivation, by the people that I get to speak to. And of course, I'm not trying to leave anybody out here, but just throwing a few people out in this video just to let everybody know to go and check them out. Of course, Kyle Peterson, go check out his channel. My Damn Toys, Fig Heel, definitely go check those guys out as well. If you haven't already, you definitely want to get over to my description and check out the supporters and community that we have posted on there. The FTW podcast. Got to go over there and check out my guys. I'll tell you what, FTW is doing big things. They are posting videos every single day. They are making it happen. They are making it work. So FTW, you definitely want to get over there and check that out. I almost just said the long version of it there. Almost just broke it out on you guys there. It would have been we would have been getting out of the PG era for sure if I did that. But the FTW podcast, and I know it's actually Family Time Wrestling, but I almost just said the other version, which is like the FTW World Title. We already know what that means, right? And it's for the win, isn't it? It's for the win? Yeah. But yeah, FTW Podcast, definitely check them out. My buddy Gary Gainzz, you want to check him out over on YouTube as well. My buddy Al Ruddick, you want to check him out on all socials, YouTube, Facebook, the whole nine. As well as my buddy Tom's Wrestling Collection. Tom is a great guy, and I'll tell you what, man, it's been a pleasure to have him, you know, conversing with him and going back and forth about some things. So definitely check out Tom's Wrestling Collection. And he is on Facebook. He's on YouTube. He's probably everywhere. You can probably check him out on all socials. So check him out there as well. We also want to talk about our good buddies over there at Stu Vlogs. My buddy Stu, he's doing his thing. He's on YouTube as well. And I know I'm about to get this wrong. I hate to say this. It is Demon King, I believe, Demon King 1916 or Demon King 1619, and I'm so sorry if I'm getting that wrong right now. I should have had this in front of me written down. Sometimes I try to think that my brain and my mind is going to carry over for all of this, but it's just so much to try to remember. But either way, Demon King on YouTube, he's in some of my comments. I greatly appreciate you so much. You're always checking my videos out. It means the world to me, so thank you so much for that. And also, like I always said, guys, you know, you can check it out right under the community sponsors under the description. Can definitely check that out there. And then as far as it goes for me, guys, you already know the deal. You get over to my page right now, my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon if you want to see everything that is Matt's Wrestling Collectibles. Make sure you get over to the Facebook page. You want to check out the page and the group page. Matt's Wrestling Collectibles main page, Matt's Wrestling Collectibles group page. So make sure you check that out as well. And as always, guys, leave me a comment down below. What is your favorite figure out of this set? Which one could it be? Is it Booker? Is it Stone Cold? Is it John Cena? Is it Eddie Guerrero? What is your favorite figure out of this Smackdown Target exclusive 4-pack? That's what I really want to know. Drop that in the comments below. And as always, guys, I appreciate each and every single one of you for being here for this quite long unboxing and review. Hopefully it was good for everybody. It was definitely good for me. And until the next one, guys, as always, I love and appreciate every single one of you for everything you do for me. And until the next video, stay safe, stay tuned, and I will see you all there.